Okay, real quick, in the meantime, if you could turn to page 9, there's a section with the smaller sets. I just want to get you the prices real quick. I'm going to use the restroom, but I want you to get the prices for the signature and the complete real quick. Okay. Okay. I got it? What are you noticing when you look at the weekly for a Mac customer? Let me just put some perspective here. The top set that we sell is $155 a week. I just want to put that into perspective. If I have a family, when I take my family out for dinner once a week, how many of you have a family that does that? Like once, not every day, definitely not every day, but once a week on the weekend. And you go out to like Ruth's Chris Baller Steakhouse with your family? No. If you do, that could. If they do that all the time, they can afford a kitchen. I'm just talking about this one. It's like Applebee's. I'm not talking about the Baller Steakhouse. I'm talking about Applebee's. Right? What's it cost? What's an appetizer at Applebee's? $10. Okay. How many do you get for the family? 2 or 3 kids, mom and dad. How many apps? 2 or 3. So that's $30. And then entrees cost how much? $20? 15? Okay. How many people? 5? It's $75. 75 plus 30 is what? 105. Then you get mom and let's say dad gets a beer, mom gets a cocktail. There's $15. It's 120. And then you get one dessert, everyone splits because you're full. All right, that's $10. That's 130. What do you have to add on top of that? And tip. Easy 155. So what do you notice? Anyone can afford even the complete. Isn't that cool? Okay, just want to do that with you. So let's do this. I want to talk about your customers now. And I think this is a really important section. If you were to start a business, do you guys know that most business owners, when they start a business, they usually have a grand opening? Why? Meaning they don't just say, all right, we're open, and whoever shows up. They announce it, and they get off to a big start. Why? Yeah, okay, number one. Say it.
Gets people interested.
And then?
Get customers.
Yeah, you want to get more customers, the more people that show up, okay? So it's very natural for most businesses to start with friends and family. Who knows why they do that? Not just Cutco. Like my dad was a doctor. His first patients were us, the family. My dad, one of my best friends, he's a contractor. His first clients was us. I have a friend, graphic design. I was one of his first customers. Why do you usually start friends and family?
It's easier to work for someone you know rather than someone you
Okay, there's a trust factor. Okay, so like if Riley comes to my house and my wife and I see Riley, we know Riley is this sweet girl from church and we're friends with her. So we just want to look at the product now. I'm not wondering what's up with this Gabby girl. Like I know Gabby. So I'm just going to judge the product. And ready? The product is awesome. You see that? So we're going to show you how to build your business. And of course, you start with your friends and family. So I want you to have your training manual, your playbook out, but also have your notebook real quick. Now I want to write down real quick the 4 types of people here that you can show the product to. Okay. And we call these gears. If you're driving a car, you don't go from 1st gear to 5th gear. What happens to the car? You'll ruin the transmission. You'll hear a bunch of grinding. It's supposed to go 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and if you have it, you go to 5th. Why? Because that's how it's designed. Same thing here. We don't go from friends and family all of a sudden to fifth gear, people you've never met before, complete strangers. That's hard. It's weird too. Okay. We go slowly. You go friends and family, and then you go up the chain. So we'll start here. Gear number 1, friends and family, they're easy. Okay. Also, 10% of you are from a large family, or you may be really popular at school, or your mom is like a PTA mom, you have a big church you're really active in, maybe you played sports. You have so many friends and family that you could probably work several weeks, if not a couple of months, just from that. If that's you, by all means, you should show all those people first before you even start to see gear 2, okay? Most of you probably have between 20 and 50 family friends, like that you know well. It's between 20 and 50. And 10% of you, you don't really maybe have a small kind of family and you only have, I don't know, 5, 6, but technically you only need 5 people to get started with us. If you have 5 customers, we did this earlier, what happens at the end of each appointment? You get 5 to 10 recommendations. That's another 25 to 50. That's just after one day. And then what happens, you get another 5 to 10 appointments from there. That's 125 to 500. So this is why someone like Luke Laughlin, who also was from Colorado, all his family and friends were in Colorado. So he started with them first. But at some point, he wanted to start a base of customers here. So he did. His 2 neighbors and 2 people he had met at church and they got pretty cool with. From those 5 people, he now has a full base of customers here in South Florida. And of course, where he's from in Colorado. I know it took him like a week or 2 at that. Okay. But here's the thing. I want to show you how to get more customers, because if you can have more than 5, you just have way more ability to be selective and get the best people. You guys see that? So that's what we're going to do here. The next best type of customer is an acquaintance. It's called acquaintances. Can anyone tell me what an acquaintance is? How would you define, Anthony?
Maybe like a coworker.
Okay, that's an example. But how would you define that's right. How would you define acquaintance, Riley?
Somebody that you know but not know too well. Like if your dad's friends.
There you ready? Like you sort of know. Okay. All right. How about this? Someone you know would be a killer Cutco customer, but you just don't talk to them that much. That'd be weird to call them. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Here's how I define it. You know of them or they know of you. I would write that in. So Riley used the perfect example. Your dad's coworkers, mom's friends that you don't talk to. Okay. So let me give you an example. Like your best friend's mom is gear 1. Your friend, Faith from church, and you're in the same youth group, but you saw the mom one time, that's an acquaintance. See the difference? This is, no matter how big or small your friends and family is, this is huge. You will work the whole summer just on this, usually. Okay? But then also there's gear number 3, which I think is just as big, which are directories and associations. What's a directory? It's a book of addresses and contact info. What groups or organizations have a directory? Like where would you like what groups have a directory of all the members' phone numbers and go ahead.
Like sports teams?
Ready? All teams. Yes, huge. My sister played soccer through college, high school, semi-pro, and every team she's been on had a roster, and I called all those moms. Who else? What else would have a directory?
Businesses.
Businesses, like your parents' co-workers, okay?
Churches.
Ready, set. Church, synagogue, temple, place of worship, huge. Calvary Christian's a huge church. If you went to a private school, Westminster, who went to Westminster? A couple of you. Get that directory. All right, doesn't matter. All schools that have a directory, it's money, okay? Neighborhoods, mom's fraternity sorority when they're in college, or your fraternity sorority. So just food for thought. If you played a sport, get that directory, and I'll teach you how to call that on Monday. Got it? Okay. And then the last one, I'll say it quickly, but we won't really get to these. It's called recommendations. These are people that you have no affiliation with. You don't go to the same church. You don't know their kid. You don't sort of know them, and they're not friends and family. These are like complete strangers. I honestly don't think you'll call these people till probably winter break, maybe next summer, because you'll have too many from gear 1, 2, and 3. Okay, any questions? Okay, check this out. So we're going to do a brainstorming class. When you have a brainstorm, what does that mean? You just think, okay? And whatever pops to your mind, what do? You write it down or say it, depending on the exercise. Okay, you're right. You either say it or write it down. So we're going to do a brand new brainstorm list. My goal here is to expand so you have so many people that you didn't think you could show the product to, and all you have to do tonight for your assignment is find the phone numbers using different cell phones. Got it? Real simple. So here are my rules. Number one, you don't need to write down phone numbers for this brainstorm. I just want the name so it triggers your memory. Okay. Number two, it's okay to say your friend's mom. Okay. Let's say Aranza and I are really good friends from school, but I don't know her mom that well. I'll put Aranza's mom. Okay, or Faith and I go to church together. I'll say Faith's mom, if that's the best way to remember that. So far, so good? Give me a thumbs up if you understand that so far. Third, don't just write down people you're comfortable with. This is really important. There are people that are really good customers, but it's like weird to call them and I don't know them as well. Still put the name down. Here's why. You do not want to forget that person like I did. Like one of my neighbors, Mr. Krupp across the street, he's not as fun and friendly as the other neighbors. So it's easy to, put Miss So-and-so, Mrs. Benning, she's awesome. Oh, the McCulloughs, they're like an awesome family. Mr. Krupp, he's kind of mean. So I didn't put his name down, I forgot. So after my first 10 days, I was really comfortable calling everyone, but I forgot to write him down. My friend who I recommended to the job showed Mr. Krupp and sold him a complete set. And I was making 50% of that $3,000. So I missed $1,500 in income because I forgot to write his name down. So if someone comes to mind that's kind of like funky and ready, you're not going to call them this weekend. Who are you going to call this weekend? Only friends and family. But you want to have them on the list for Monday and have that number so I can show you to contact them. Cool? Okay. 3 or 4. You can write down bundles. Here's a bundle. Let's say my mom is a nurse. So I wrote down mom's coworkers, parentheses like 30, because there were 30 different nurses in her unit. Dad's job, like let's say fire department, uncle? Yeah, uncle's fire department fire station. And then write down how many people. You don't need to put all the names now. Just know that, okay, there are 40 names I need to get. 40 numbers, rather. So far, so good? Okay, if you think of a sports team, a church, okay, you can write down church directory, 400, if your church is that big. Also, don't forget virtual customers. This is really important. We sell Cutco virtually as much as we sell personally. My number one rep right now in our office from last summer is Luke Laughlin. He's number one again. If you turn around real quick, number one. Luke Laughlin has sold $77,000 with the Cutco for the summer. He makes 45%. So he's made about 30 grand. He's 20. Ready? And 80% of his appointments are virtual. Back to Colorado. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's here. Juan from our Metro Miami office, he just sold $20,000 for $15,000 for his fast start. Most of his were to Colombia, South America. Okay, we just had a girl just broke the record for Eastern Region fast start. She did $27,000. It's not I think it's the new record. And half of her appointments are here in Florida, Miami. The other half are all across like the Caribbean, like Puerto Rico and Argentina, I think. So we can do anything. Don't forget virtual customers. And last thing, don't use your cell phones to cheat. I want you to do it off the top of your head. Okay? So here's how we're going to do 4 phases. Number 1, I'm going to have you go to the top of the dome first. What does that mean?
Very interesting.
Yeah, top of the dome means just with the first person. Then I'm going to do thought jogger. So I'm going to put music on when I say go, and you start thinking. I'm going to leave it silent. The second time, I'm going to give you ideas. I'll put like 50 different ideas on the board on the television, and it'll help you think. And I'll even say some examples, and something will hit you. I have 50 of them. Then afterwards, later tonight, I want you to use your cell phone. And this is the easiest one. You don't have to think. All you do is just scroll down. Okay? And everyone that's your age in your cell phone, write their name down, and then write down next to it, mom. Like because in your cell phone, you probably don't have a lot of adults. So everyone's your age, but everyone your age has a mom. And if their mom is a Mac customer, write them down. And then tonight, you'll use other cell phones and directories. So far, so good? Okay. So here's what I want you to do. We'll start here. When I say go. Okay. So we'll do like a contest. We'll see who can get the most. Ready? So when I say go, you just start writing. Okay, stop real quick. What I want you to do is count how many names you have. If you have bundles, don't count all the names in the bundle. Just count that as one. Okay, so we need to count how many you have. At the top of the page, write down that number and circle it. Got it? So watch, 10% of you might have less than 10. Most of you have between 10 and 40, and a couple of you have over 30 plus, or 10 to 30, and 10% of you will have 30 plus. Raise your hand if you have under 10. Oh, good. Under 15. Okay, so like 2 of you. So right here. Maybe you got stuck. Maybe you couldn't think. How many have well over 30, 40 plus? Like 1 or 2. And most of you have between 15 and 30, right? Good. Same thing, exactly. So now I want to go to the next one. I'm going to put up some thought joggers onto the board. Okay. And if you notice also, there are some titles at the top. I'm going to walk you through them. And not everyone is going to spark some thoughts, but at some point it will, as long as you're focused and pay attention. Okay. So we're going to do the thing. I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to hit the music here in just a second. Actually, we'll keep it quiet for this one. Ready? So start at the top of page 20 for me real quick. And it says at the top, local out-of-town family. I want you to, first of all, every single aunt and uncle, write them all down if you forgot to leave a few out, because maybe you're not as close to some aunts and uncles. Go and write down every family member you know that you missed. Some we'll see this weekend. Some you'll wait until you're more confident. Just get every name down so you don't forget. And don't forget extended family, like second cousins, distant relatives, people you've met only a few times that are not exactly directly, uncle, aunt. Just put the name down. Okay, family, friends. I want you to write down, first of all, start with people that you consider close friends and family that you maybe forgot. Like people that you're comfortable talking to. Family, friends, write them down. And as soon as you finish that, start to write down friends that you've met a couple of times, but you don't know as well as your parents do. Like it would be weird for you to call them versus like a close friend, like someone that you've only seen a few times. Start to think of those people. I think of my mom's friends that I only saw them during certain parties versus my closest friends where we saw them all the time. Who are people you could call and say something to the effect of, "Oh, hey Miss Josie, this is Jeff, Alicia's son. How are you?" "Oh yeah, hey Jeff." That kind of person. So family, friends, but even like distant friends that you don't talk to a lot. Okay, here's another big one. Ready? Parents' coworkers. So if you know coworkers that you're close to and cool with, start with them. But then just start writing all the ones you don't even know. And if you have to do it, put a bundle. But just if you don't know the names, put down mom's work and how many people roughly that would be. So you don't forget to get those phone numbers tonight. Or their boss. Or if they are the boss, their business partners or people that they're your parents' employees. And we're going to go to neighbors. We'll still stay on the section, neighbors. And if you run out of room, you can go to the section at the bottom. Neighbors. I want you to write down ones that you're really close to first. If you forgot any of your close neighbors, friends, you consider them friends. But then I want you to start writing down neighbors where you don't talk to as much, but you kind of know of them. And you can even write down greenhouse, like the greenhouse on the corner. And I'll show you how you can actually talk to them live to set up an appointment if you don't talk to them all the time. Just make sure you don't forget, or if you want to just write down your neighborhood and roughly how many people to remind you to get those phone numbers. I'm going to put that down. Don't forget old neighborhoods if you moved. There's like 3 of you who just are new to Florida. So current neighbors and old neighbors back in Carolina. We have Colorado. We have other parts of Florida. Even if you've moved around in Broward County. Write down either the names of neighbors that pop up or the names of the neighborhood and the bundle number. Here's a big one, place of worship. Anyone here go to church or synagogue or temple? Yeah, so just write down the name of the church. Well, first of all, start with people that pop into mind when you think of it. Who are the first few people that pop to mind when you think of your church or synagogue or your temple real quick? Well, people who are close first, then people you know sort of. Who comes to mind? And then after that, write down the name of the church, synagogue, or temple, and roughly how many people are in there. And remind you, gosh, you have a lot of customers there. Who's the pastor or the rabbi? Who runs it? Who's the director? Here's a big one, okay? And if you're running out of room, you can also go down here if you need to. Ready? High school friends. I want you to start with who are your closest friends that you're still friends with if you forgot to write them down. Start there. But then I want you to start writing down high school friends that maybe you were close to when you were younger, like freshman, sophomore year, but maybe you don't talk to as much, but maybe you used to have a relationship with the family more so before. And then from there, I just want you to write down all the people that you've hung out with where you've never met the mom. And who are some people you go to parties with and go out with on the weekend? And don't forget people your age, but also a year older or a year younger. Write down those kids. I'll teach you how to call their moms for an appointment. You know, the last few parties you went to, last few weekends you went out, who was on that list, or even the last couple of years? And don't forget other schools too, not just your school. How about this? I'm just going to put a bunch of extracurricular. Who played sports in high school? Yeah, I would write down every team you played for, whatever you have, junior varsity, varsity, club, middle school, elementary. Write down the team, and then write down any moms that come to mind, either the coaches or the moms of the people you played with. Same thing with martial arts, music, choir, dance, youth group, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Start writing down the names of those organizations, and then start thinking about people that pop into your mind. If you belong to a pool community or a gym, what gym do you go to? What gym does your family go to? Who are people you've met there? Or the owners or people that work there? Maybe you're part of a country club or your parents golf. Who comes to mind? Who's had a job before this or current job? Yeah, write down coworkers. I'll teach you to call their moms. Or write down your boss or old bosses. Question? Stay focused. If you've ever had a babysitter growing up, or if you babysat, who were your babysitters, or who did you babysit for? Same thing with tutors or mentors. Who would you consider a mentor of yours? Who have you tutored with or tutored for? Remember, if you're running out of the room, you can go to page 21 as well. But this is one of the biggest ones. Ready? Raise your hand if you have siblings, older or younger. You should just fly right now. Ready? Write down who comes to mind. Who are their friends? Write down the top 5 to 10 people that come to mind when you think of their friends, because we're going to call their moms. If you have siblings, you've unlocked another complete network of just customers. If they have a boyfriend or girlfriend, what about those families? Or your boyfriend and girlfriend's family, / who have you met through your boyfriend and girlfriend's family? If you're in past relationships, who have you met through just different networks you've been either in a relationship with? Again, back to your siblings as well. If they played soccer, who are the teams? I did soccer and basketball. My one brother did wrestling and a little bit of soccer and martial arts. The other one did martial arts and lots of soccer. My sister did just straight soccer, basketball, and gymnastics. So those are all different associations. Who comes to mind? Don't forget, if you have a significant other, who are families that you've met? You know, exes too, right? You're not showing the ex Cutco, it's the mom. Okay. I've sold all my ex-girlfriends' mom's Cutco. I'm sorry for you. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, show them Cutco. Ready? Ready? Let's get serious. Let's get serious. Business owners. Business owners. Who do you know that owns a business or runs a business? Who runs their own shop or show or showroom or service, financial services, contractor, construction, financial advisor, interior decorator, real estate agent, consultant, who owns some type of a store, clothing store, drug store. Who do you know that's a stay-at-home mom? Who do you know? I'll start this. There's 2 parts to this. Who do you know that's a doctor or dentist? Those are great customers for 2 reasons. What's the financial reason?
They're well off.
Well, they make a good amount of money, right? But they have recommendations, but also you're their client. So people who give services are more likely to give services back to people who take it. Does that make sense? Meaning, I got my car from the dealership of my Cutco student's dad, BMW Fort Lauderdale, right? My house services, my real estate agent is a recommendation through Cutco, one of my reps. So people like to give each other business back. So who do you know that's a doctor or dentist? Or I want you to write down your doctor or dentist, and I'll teach you how to reach out to them and set up an appointment. Same thing with lawyers, accountants, either if you know someone that does that or if you have one for your family. Here's another big one. Who does your hair? Who does your mom's hair? Hairstylists are the best because they talk to a lot of moms. So put them and anyone that pops up. Also, new baby. Who just had a baby? They're going to need to cook. Right? Who do you know that just got a new home? They're going to need to remodel or put something in their kitchen. And who do you know that just got a new job? A lot of times people just get a new job. They'll celebrate and get something nice. Last one is military, police, or fire department. Who do you know involved with one of those 3? Who do you know that's a mechanic or does your car work? Who do you know that's good with IT or computers? Okay, let's stop for a second. Now count how many you have. Look at the new number. Cross out the old number, write down the new number at the top. It's way different, isn't it? Leah, count the new number. Count the new number. Cross the old number out. What's the new? I want you to give me the old number and then the new number. Brianna, what's the old number?
23.
What's the new number? 53, more than double. Go ahead, John. What's the old number?
19.
19. What's the new number?
56.
56. Renato.
16. 43.
43. What do you notice? Why was this one so much easier?
Things to remind us.
Yeah, ready? You didn't have to think. It's already laid out. So I'm going to give you a sheet when you go home tonight of a whole bunch of these to help you brainstorm. Does that sound good? Okay. Now, I didn't even get to your cell phones yet, by the way. I'll come back to this. I didn't even get to your cell phones yet. If you go right now to your cell phones, don't do it now. If you would just go to A in your address book and go to A, you have all these people that your age who have a mom, and if they're a Mac customer, you should write them down. Make sense? And ready? You only need 5 to get started with us to work full time. How many of you have more than 5 people? You guys could kill it here. I'm just trying to show you the more numbers you get, what happens, the more options you have. Cool? So let me share with you the assignment for tonight. If you close the training manual to its cover and then turn it around, there's an assignment sheet right here. Okay, there's an assignment sheet right there. Assignments for day 1 of training. So I'd like you to write down the following. Ready? Your assignment tonight is to get phone numbers. Raise your hand if you had at least 30 names on your list. Anyone have less than 30? Okay. So ready? Absolute minimum I need you to have is at least 30 phone numbers by tomorrow. Okay? But that's just the minimum. If you feel like you can't get to at least 30 for some reason, I'm okay only if you talk to me before you leave or talk to Luke. Is that cool? Eyes up here, let me make sure. Is that cool? Otherwise, how many numbers do I expect you to have tomorrow? Minimum 30. But don't just do the minimum. Always go more than the minimum. On average, most of you should have between 50 to 80 phone numbers by tomorrow. Okay? The average is 50 to 80. Now, if you want to go and have a bigger fast start, our high flyers will have typically 80 to 100. So if you want to make sure you get to at least towards a 10K fast start, have the average at least. Okay? 30 is the bare minimum. And then 80 to 100 if you want to be a high flyer. That includes directories. So if you get a directory tonight, don't get a directory that has 400 people and say, oh, I'm done. That's just lazy, right? Work on these names and numbers so you have a huge network of people you can call, okay? And even get the phone numbers of the ones you're not comfortable with yet. So just so you have them. Everyone cool with that? Okay. Also, remember, we're getting phone numbers, not just names. If you show up with 80 names with no phone numbers, that's not the assignment. When you walk in, I'm going to check the assignment when you come in. Okay, any questions on this? Now, if you have a problem with the assignment tonight and you didn't think you were going to have one, then you have Luke's number. Text Luke and let him know. But if you don't text Luke or if you don't talk to me before you leave, how many minimum should you have? 30. What's the average? 50 plus. Okay, and then for you high flyer overachievers, or for those of you that want to make more like 5,000 plus, not just 2,000 to 3,000 your first 10 days, then you obviously want to go for 80 to 100 plus. Any questions? Yes.
Do we just write it on any paper?
You can. Okay, good question. You can either write it there on the charts, or a lot of people like to type it. It's easier. Okay. If you want to handwrite it, you can. Whichever more comfortable for you. So let me go back here. So here's how you get the phone numbers. Number 1, your cell phone. That's easy. You got a lot of cell phone numbers there. Number 2, most of you, it's a lot of mom and dad's friends, so it's mom and dad's cell phone. How many of you have a mom where you don't have to ask her to get her phone? Like she doesn't care. Just take that. If you need to, make sure you let your mom know. Say, hey, mom, I need your phone for something for work. That's fine. Mom or dad. Some of you, it's dad. Some of you, it's mom. For me, it was both. There were like numbers from mom and dad I had to get. Okay. Then the third way you get numbers is to text your friends for their mom's phone number. Let's say I'm friends with you guys from school, but I don't have your mom's phone number. You don't want to call your friend. You want to get your friend to get the mom's number. Okay. 2 ways to get the numbers. You can either text them right here. Hey, super, and this is like the short version. Hey, super random. I need your mom's phone number for a question. It's regarding a scholarship. Like that's short and to the point. See that? 10, 80, 10, same thing. 10% of your friends are going to be super enthusiastic and say, oh my God, yeah, absolutely. I'll help you out. I hope you win that scholarship. Then you'll have 10% of your friends like, bro, what is this? Why do you need my mom's? No, just forget that. Like, don't get caught up in that. I'm telling you, friends will waste your time. Most of your friends will say, what's it for? You just let them know it's for what? Scholarship. Or if you want, if you like to make it more formal, that's okay too. Turn to page 31. Turn to page 31. This is a more formal text message you can send. You literally will copy and paste it. Or you copy and paste this, either one. Okay. If you want to take a picture of this, you can too with your phone. So this is the short version, if that's your style. If you have someone you haven't talked to in a while and you want to be a little bit more formal, you just copy and paste page 31. You send it out, and here's what happens. You send a whole bunch of these out tonight. They'll respond either tonight or by tomorrow morning before you come in for training. Any questions on the texting? How many of you feel like you're going to go the short version here? How many of you are going to copy and paste this? How many of you it's both? Depends on the person, right? Okay. Good. Any questions on how to get phone numbers? Pretty easy. And if you have a problem, what do? You call and talk, or you text or call Luke, and we'll take care of you. Got it? All right. Now, I like to reward record breakers. So anyone that breaks records in our office, we have a whole bunch of records in the back for different assignments. I always like to pay for lunch. So if you break the record, lunch is on me tomorrow. Okay. And then our record is Luis at 872 phone numbers. That include, by the way, that includes directories.
That boy stayed up all night.
No, he actually worked hour and a half, 2 hours. All right. But ready? He made $2,000 in 3 days. So ready? You get what you pay for. You work hard, you get that back. He had 3 directories, and he worked all of mom's cell phone, all of dad's cell phone, all of his cell phone. And he said, Jeff, it was so awesome because I know I was working hard last night, but I made money so quick it was worth it. So really the key is you got to work hard. 30 minimum, but 50 to 80 is the average, okay? And we're going to focus on your best customers. So let's talk about those best customers for a second. They're called Macs. Why? Because Macs eat the most. Because Macs have the most money. Because Macs are the easiest sale. You guys see that? So what I want to do is I want to go through your customers right now. And between the list that you wrote down and the list that you came in with, let's have those both out. Page 20, page 20. Page 20. So I want to help you figure out your best people here. Who are your best people? Remember, first weekend, you're not doing it for practice. What are you doing it for? Confidence. What does that mean? People who are going to buy. Someone who, when you show them a homemaker, they're like, yeah, I'd love to get a homemaker, or maybe even more. Not someone where you feel like you're not confident. I want it to be not your easiest presentation. Don't show it to grandma because she's sweet and easy, but she's not a good customer because $20 is a lot of money to her. Show it to the customer where you know it's a really good presentation for selling a set of Cutco, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to go through your list, the ones you came in with, or on page 20 and 21 that we just did. If I told you if your first appointment tomorrow when you leave here is a homemaker, signature, or complete, or a kitchen, something big, you win $20,000 cash. But you have to pick the right customer. Go find that one customer and circle that customer. That's your number one customer. So circle your number one customer. If you had to pick one, and then, you know what, this is probably the person you were thinking about when you got the job. Like, oh my gosh, I'm showing her. You write them down. And I want you to go to the bottom of page 21 and write their name as your number. It says best 5. I want you to write their name down. Don't worry about the phone number right now. Write down their name as the number one customer. And when you're done, look up. Bless you.
Thank you.
Ethan, who'd you write down?
Lisa Silvestri.
Who's Lisa Silvestri?
One of my best friend's mom.
No, I love that's a good one. Why'd you pick her as number one?
She's loaded.
Okay, so financially. By the way, that's not a bad thing, but it's also not necessary to make big sales. Okay, loaded helps, but it's not necessary. I sold of my first $15,000, my first 10 days, 7 of it was to my church. My church is not loaded, but they're all Mac customers. They all cook every day. Okay, who's your number one customer?
Well, actually, my first person isn't a Mac.
Okay, then I would wait until after your first weekend. Unless you think it's a really, really good one, then talk to me one-on-one, and I'll either say yes or no. You can see it this weekend or see it after your first weekend.
Okay.
Sound fair? Okay. Like, for example, if your parents are divorced, that's okay, right? Because those are your parents. But if you have well, she's single, but I might wait. I'll let you show them, but depending on how trained you are. You guys see what I'm saying? But if it's a Mac customer, good to go. Okay. Who's your number one, Gabby?
My friend from school.
What's her name? Miss
Miss Deedles.
Miss D, and why do you put her first?
She's
Okay, so load. How about ready? Did anyone put down number one customer because they cook all the time? Yeah. How about this? Ready? They know everyone. Right. Or ready? They buy everything. You know, someone like nice things. Same thing. Okay. So that first customer, really important. I want you to make sure that as best as you can, I want you to see that person first tomorrow. Why? Because it's like playing Dillard in football for St. Thomas, right? You win by, what'd you win, like 42-0? Yeah, it's stupid. Same thing. I want you to walk out, ready? How are you going to feel when your first sale is a homemaker signature complete?
Amazing.
Well, not amazing, ready? Accomplished. Not amazing because that's how you should normally do the job, but you'll feel confident. Versus if you go out and your first appointment's one night, well, it's like, it's not as exciting. So I want you to feel really good, hit your first or second promotion. Now I want you to pick number 2 and write that person down into your slot. Who's number 2? Okay, write down the number 2 customer for me. And who's number 2 for you?
My dad's best friend.
Dad's best friend. Okay, why are he and his wife or?
He just got a new girlfriend and he convinced her he was a professional chef. So when I told him I was going to be working here, he told me he was going to need a lot of knives.
Yeah, now ready? I want you to, now that's a great example of I want you to talk to me because that's not a man. Why?
Oh no, he's married.
You said girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's a wife and a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Stop later.
Oh, he's gonna need the knife.
Got it. Okay, ready? He's got my 2 cents. Okay. Ready? Here's my point. First appointment, these 2, I want these to be your first 2 appointments. I want those to be your first 2 appointments. Meaning, I want you to go back to back, set, sale. So make sure you show those people. Tomorrow, you can do your first appointment at I think you can do a 7 and a 9. Okay? What time's training till tomorrow?
6:30.
Yeah, you can do a 7 and a 9 really quick, and you can even do a later one. I'll show you how. But the goal is you show your best 2 people first so that no matter what, you don't hit your first or second promotion by Monday. You hit it tomorrow night. That's the goal. Now, it doesn't always happen, but you want to line that up. Any questions on that? Pretty straightforward. It can be virtual, too. It doesn't have to be live. Your number 1 customer could live in Venezuela for all I care. Okay, ready? Now finish your top 5. Pick the last 3. So that way, before you leave today, and I teach you how to make phone calls, these are the first 5 people you call. So what do you think my rule for your first 5 is going to be? Make sure you see all 5 of them before Monday, yeah. By Monday. And here's what's really cool. Last week's training group, it was a 100% deal. Everyone that saw and was able to see their first 5 appointments, their best 5 by Monday, was their first, second, third, or fourth promotion, every single one of them by Monday. And ready, most of you will be 1 to 3 by the weekend, but a lot of them, like without doubt, if you get your best 5 in, you're going to hit 1 to 4 promotions by Monday. Cool. Now, some people aren't home, some people aren't in town. That's okay, but do your best. Any questions on that? Okay, sweet. So let's do this. I want to cover the schedule with you. So this is where I really need you to pay attention. So a lot of you have different schedule conflicts and things going on. The great thing about this job is flexible. So I'll teach you how to work around those things. The job is flexible, but training's not flexible. You see that? So I'm going to talk about how to work your schedule in. Turn to page 25. And at the top, there are 4 blank days. It's a day, and then there's a space. Hey, Josie, are you free? Okay. So tomorrow, I want you to write down at the top Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And Josie will walk around to make sure you need any help. So go to the top of page 25. Looks like this. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Got it? So now we're just going to put things into the schedule that are things we can't change, like the training time. So tomorrow we're here. The first thing is at 10:30. I want you to write down training and put an arrow all the way down to 6:30.
Don't we put 9:30
I'm sorry.
Don't we have to put 9:30 for something?
Oh, that's next. That's next,
Okay.
right? Okay, so 10:30 to 6:30. And I even want you to shade it in so that when you look at it, you know, okay, I can't do anything there because I'm in training. Okay. Riley, may I borrow your book real quick? So it looks like this. This is Riley's book. Just straightforward, pretty easy. This is exactly what you will do when you come in on Sundays to give us your schedule. So we're just practicing. Thank you. Then, Brianna said it earlier, at 9:30, I want you to write down 10K coaching. 10K coaching. And this is the list of people who've already said they want to come. If I missed you, make sure you come talk to me. Tomorrow at 9:30, I'm going to teach three things. I'm going to show number one, what is the schedule and how do you have a $10,000 to $20,000 fast start? So that's part of the coaching. The other part is I teach you how to network and get more customers if you feel like you don't have a lot of customers. Number three, I'll teach you how to sell the signature and the complete more than the homemaker. Would anyone be interested in any of those three things, right? So if you already know, hey, Jeff, I'm all in. I'm going for that big fast start, then make sure you're there, okay? 9:15 arrival. If you're not sure, but you want to check out what it takes, I would definitely be there, and you at least learn how to sell the bigger sets. And if you for sure you have a super packed schedule, I can show you how to have a 10K fast start, not in 10 days. I can show you how to do it 9, 7, 5, 3, and we even have students that will do it in one day. Like Nicole Rodriguez from 2 weeks ago, she had she sold $13,000 in her first 2 days. Okay, and we have a student last year in Metro Miami, the first day. Josie, she did it in 6 days, so it doesn't have to take 10. So really, who should be at the workshop tomorrow? Yeah, really, here's the thing. It's just who's willing to wake up 1 hour earlier to get the extra info. Cool? So if I missed you, make sure you let me know. That's tomorrow. Saturday. So you'll do appointments here. Appointment Saturday. Sunday, I want you to put down at 7 o'clock, I want you to write down phone calls. This is PM. It's from 7 to 8. And shade it in. I want you to write down phone calls from 7 to 8. Okay. So this is Sunday. 7 to 8. And Josie will walk around. Here's why. Ready? This is a really easy hot sauce tip. When you book appointments, you only book appointments within 3 days. Anyone know why you don't want to book an appointment with a Mac mom, busy Mac mom, more than 3 days?
Plans change.
Plans change all the time. It's not even their fault, it's kids. Okay? So statistics show if you book an appointment 4 days or more, it's most likely to cancel or reschedule. So tonight, it's Thursday. You're going to book for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If a customer says, oh, honey, Riley, I can do it Monday, you say, you know, Miss Jones, let me call you tomorrow, and I can book it for Monday. Always do it within 3 days. Cool? Okay. Here, Sunday is an awesome day to squeeze in phone calls to book for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Why is Sunday night such an awesome time to make phone calls? Yeah, everyone's home, plan their schedule, the weekend's almost over, and they're ready for the week. Okay? In fact, remember, you're only here Sundays and Wednesdays. When you drop off your schedule on Sundays, people will typically just stay here on Sunday and book their appointments for the week before they go home. Plus, they get to win free gift cards too. Got it? Okay, and then on Monday, we have advanced training. At 10:30, I want you to put down advanced training, and it goes till 3. Arrow and shade it in, same thing. And Josie, again, if you have any problem, raise your hand, or she's just going to check out your sheet. Okay, and make sure you shade it in so you know just by sight. So now let me show you how you can do all these appointments. So we end training tomorrow at 6:30. So when do you think I want you to do your first appointment?
7:30.
7. Why not 9? Like if we end at 6:30, how come you don't want to go like 2 hours later?
People will be
We're tired. Everybody's sleeping.
No, for you. How come we end at 6:30? Why do you want to go at 7? It's
You're
fresh.
excited.
Yeah, you're excited and your enthusiasm. If you leave, anyone play sports? You get pumped up in the locker room. Imagine if you get pumped up and then the game's an hour later. Like, oh. But you want to go. You want to remember, people don't buy cuck. What do they buy?
enthusiasm.
Yeah, so you want to leave right into enthusiasm. So right at 7 o'clock, here's what I want you to do. We're going to mark all the places where you can put a customer to see them. Okay, whether it's virtual or live. All the way to the left, I want you to put a little A that stands for an appointment next to 7 o'clock. Okay? And then we separate them 2 hours apart so you have space and you're not rushing the appointment. Okay? The Cutco appointment takes about 45 minutes. What would take it more than 45 minutes in a good way?
Like negotiation.
Negotiations, yeah. Or they want to buy more or get a better deal. Plus, they give you lots of recommendations. Then you have to travel. So you always want to have appointments 2 hours apart. Well, what if they're next door neighbors? You should still be 2 hours apart so you can take your time. Because if you're showing your best friend's mom, what's happening? Oh, hi, Gabby. And you don't want to rush that. That's fun. Okay? So at 9 o'clock, I want you to put in an A. Okay? And then I'm going to have you make up, it's not even in the book, I'm going to have you make up a late night appointment. This is if you're looking to go for the biggest fast starts, like you want to have a $15,000, $20,000+ fast start. You want to find as many spots as possible. This is the perfect appointment spot for a virtual appointment that lives in California, like West Coast or Colorado, or this is mom and dad because you live with them. Okay? So I want you to put down 11. And not everyone's going to do an 11, but I want you to know that you have that option. You can do a 1 in the morning appointment if they're willing to do it. Okay? So those are 3 there. Then on Saturday, I want you to start at 9, and I want you to put another A. And we're just going to go every 2 hours to put an A. Okay, so 11, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and then you could do another potential 11, like a virtual appointment. Then on Sunday, we're going to go backwards. So remember, no appointments here. Why? What should you be doing? Just setting up the next 3 days. Okay. Well, let's do a 5 o'clock and go backwards. 3, 1, 11, and 9. Then after, if you finish phone calls at 8, when would be a good time to start the next one?
8:30.
Yeah, I would say 8:30. Okay. So 8:30, I want you to put an A, and I even want you to put a 10:30, so you have the option. Then here, I want you to keep this open in the morning. I'll show you why tomorrow. And then after advanced training, this is the big part. If you are below the low 10% by Monday, you're going to learn a lot of really cool things. And what do you want to make sure you have right after?
People that
Like a lot of people that put to use. Kareem, last week, his first weekend, he sold like 1 knife. After advanced training, he sold $6,000 that night. Okay, we have it all the time. Stefano just started with us. He was just under his first promotion. After advanced training, he had 2 promotions that night. Same exact thing. Okay, so right at 3 is when you end. So I would put a 3:30. I'll put an A, and then every 2 hours again. And then Josie will walk around. 7:30, and then I would do 9:30. Okay. So if you notice, there are 22 potential appointments here. Okay. If I added in the morning ones you could do, I'll put a 7 and a 7. Doesn't mean you have to do it. It just means it's available, especially for some early birds. A lot of grandmas like early appointments too. So now you have a potential for 24 appointments. Okay. So now let me show you how to work in personal things. If you don't have a lot of personal things going on that you can't change, then keep the weekend open. Let's make a lot of money, and let's put you in this range by Monday. Okay. But for those of you that things that you have to put in, let me give you an idea. Like, for example, church. I go to church every Sunday. I never miss it, and that's not even an option. I choose church over a lot of things. Okay, that's you, right? Whenever you go to church, go ahead. Like, let's say you go to 9 o'clock service. Then at 9 o'clock, I would put down church, and forever how long it goes till. So I won't do any appointments during that time. You guys see that? Now, ready? If you only go to church once in a while, like on holidays or you sometimes go, then I wouldn't put church this weekend. I would wait till after your first weekend so you get a lot of practice. But if church is non-negotiable, you put that in. Same thing goes with some of you have a trip you were telling me about. You leave on Monday or something like that. Put that in there. We can talk about it one-on-one. So far, so good. So I'll give you 30 seconds to put in anything in the next 4 days that you can't change. But if you can change it, keep it open. Okay. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through, I'm going to ask each of you, how many appointments do you now have available left over? Is it all 24? Is it 19? And some of you might be lower, like you might have 15 to 20 left because you have something going on. That's fine. You can just talk to me one-on-one. But most of you should probably be between like 18 and 23, 18 and 24, something like that. Okay, so just count how many appointments are left over you could possibly do. If you don't have anything going on, then you have the whole thing open. So if you didn't put anything in stone, then you have 24, right? So I'm going to go down the row here. Okay, we'll start with Mark Anthony. What's the availability?
22.
22? Okay.
22.
Ramon. A-N. Okay.
15.
Okay. R-I.
L-E-E.
Okay, cool. So notice that she has a more packed schedule. She's got stuff to work around. So she can just make sure you get those 15. That's great. Go ahead.
20.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Who's next? Just say your name out loud. Okay, so we have Faith, F-A-Y, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number?
22.
22. Go ahead, PJ. I'll come back to you. Okay.
22.
Is it 22? Okay. Ethan? Or is that you?
Oh, no, that's right.
Okay. PJ?
12.
12. Okay. So talk to
I have to leave for
Yeah,
orientation.
talk to me one-on-one. Yeah, that's fine. So if it's less than 15, talk to me. Cool. So Ethan, you said 22?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it now?
22.
Okay. What is it?
5.
Okay, yeah, you have to talk to me
Yeah,
one-on-one.
so-
BRI, right? BRI?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll talk. Okay, and then for you, just got to get those 5 in. Okay, cool. We'll go over here to Cameron.
I'm still working on
Just count.
that. I'm still like putting on what you wrote there.
Okay, Jules, can you help him? He's behind. Okay, Jackson. 18. Okay, we have, how do you spell it? S?
S-T-E-T. 21.
Okay. B-R-A-Y, right?
Yeah.
Braden.
Yeah.
Number?
22.
22. Okay, and then it's John, right?
Yeah, I got it. Fine.
20. Okay, and then Aaliyah, A-L-L.
A-L-I.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
A-L-I.
Y.
Y-A-H.
Yeah.
Number?
21.
Okay, and then we'll go back over here to Renato.
16.
16, okay. If it's less than 15, you talk to me, okay? And it's Riangelo.
17.
Okay, we'll go to Anthony.
15.
I'm running out of room here. We'll go to Alex.
11.
Okay, so talk to me one-on-one, okay? We'll talk. And then spell your name again. D-A-N-I.
E-L-A.
I'll go over here. Danielle. What's I-E-L-L-E? What's the number?
18.
Okay. Spell that again.
D-A-M.
D-A-M-I-R-A.
I-R-A.
Damira.
20.
And the last one? Mika. Number?
17.
17. And then did you get yours, Cameron?
We're still working on
Okay, well, so you have stuff to work on. So far, so good? So ready? Just book up your goals. And the goal here, right now I'm going to teach you how to set up the appointments. Get your first 5 for sure, then you can head out of here. If you want, we're going to be here for an extra hour and a half. You want to book 7 to 10 instead of doing 5 because traffic's terrible right now. So if you just want to book like 7, 8, 9, 10, get it over with, and then head home, that's up to you. Okay. Then tonight when you go home, you'll have people that didn't pick up. You can set those up, and you'll get the phone numbers tonight for your assignment. Any questions? Okay, let's do this. Let me teach you how to make phone calls, and you're out of here. Let's go to the assignments in the back, please. One more review. Hey, Cameron, what's the number, sir? You just count what's not filled in. That's all.
I know. I'm super busy, so I'm just kind of like.
What do you have going on?
I have I'm working at my uncle's on Saturday. And
Yeah, so just fill in the time real quick when you're doing that, and then we'll work around it. Come see me after, okay? I got you. So ready? You have, what's the most important assignment tonight?
Phone numbers.
Phone numbers, okay? Here are the other assignments. They're not as important, but you still have to get them done for tomorrow. Ready? Make sure you're bringing lots of pennies tomorrow. Why?
You do the
Yeah, you're gonna cut them. We're gonna teach you how to cut them. Number 2, make sure you bring food to cut. Remember, what are the top 3 foods? Tomatoes, grapes, carrots. So you can either pick it up before you come in at Publix, or make sure you zoom by Publix before you head out. Okay. And then I want you to book anyone that calls you back. So you're gonna make calls right now. If someone doesn't pick up, I want you to call. They'll call you back tonight, and you can just book them into your schedule. Any questions on that? Remember, 3-day rule. Don't book more than in advance. So tonight you're only booking to Sunday. Okay. And then don't forget tomorrow, 10K coaching starts at 9:30. So what time do you need to be here? Yeah, make sure you by 9:15 sharp. Bring breakfast, bring coffee. You can eat while I'm talking. Got it? Okay. So now let me show you how to make phone calls. Turn to page 23 and then we'll wrap up. Nice job, everyone. Okay, so here we go. Page 23, we're gonna do shotgun style. Where everyone's gonna read a sentence. So I'll start with Brianna out loud so people can hear. And I'll just give you a few tips. Let me give you the really easy version. If you follow these tips, you have less people reschedule and cancel on you. If you try to change these things, you'll have a lot of people that will reschedule. Last week I had a rep that set up 21 appointments. They were doing their own thing and not following this, and only 7 happened. Like 14 people canceled. Why? Because they were changing things. All you have to do is follow this. It's really simple. It's not hard. Okay, Brianna, you're up. We'll start with your success. And when it gets to the second sentence, which you'll read, see where it says Mac/HM3. You don't have to say HM3. Okay, you guys know Mac customers are the best customers. So good, Brianna.
So do I read the quantity?
Yeah, so the first 2 sentences.
Quantity of Mac.
Well, at the top, your success, sorry.
Sorry. Your success during your first week with Vector will be determined by quantity of Mac appointments. It's numbers saying more Mac appointments equals more sales. See your best customers first, top 5 customers.
Okay, by Monday, okay? And who should be 7 and 9 tomorrow? Who should be your first 2? Your best 2, okay? All right, Jonathan, you're up, sir. We'll go tips for scheduling first weekend appointments.
Tips for scheduling first weekend appointments. Don't overemphasize Cutco on the phone. The purpose of your call is to schedule an appointment. Cutco is incredible, but they won't understand how great it is until they see it.
Okay, ready? Don't call people and hype up Cutco when you call them. Hey, on faith, oh, you're going to love this stuff. It's the best. When you do that, then you turn into a telemarketer. Ew. When do we sell? Not on the phone. In person. So don't try to hype up the product. Just get the appointment. Okay? Go ahead, Ethan.
Speak directly to who you want to schedule. Don't relay messages through friends.
Yes, because your friends will absolutely butcher what you say. And by the time it gets to mom, it's going to come out like this. Hey, Ma, Jeff's selling knives. Can he sell you knives? Does that sound professional? Is mom going to want to see you? No. It's got to be the professional approach, which I'll teach you. Okay? PJ.
Don't text to set up appointments. Not very professional and leads to miscommunication. Create the right habits and call.
Okay, here's what I do know. Your friends and family, you could probably text them all and get a yes. The problem is a lot of times that's considered casual. And when it's casual, they're also more likely to reschedule on you. If you call them, it's formal, it's professional, and you want to practice how you're going to communicate with recommendations and acquaintances. You won't text acquaintances. Cool? So make sure you follow the script. Okay, thanks, PJ. Go ahead, Faith.
Speak with the wife on the phone. Target customer and easier to schedule.
Yeah, don't schedule with husbands. The dudes are terrible customers. Plus, they don't know the household schedule. Gentlemen, let me teach you a life rule. Ready? Moms run the house. Okay, even though the dad says so, mom's the one that knows the schedule, when's soccer practice, when's dinner. I called my uncle, and I didn't listen to my manager. And my uncle said, oh, sorry, buddy, we're really busy the next 2 weeks. Can you call us next month? This is my uncle. So I told my mom, she got really pissed off. She goes, what are you talking about? Call him back, but talk to Aunt Nilda. All right, so I called back. Hey, what's up? Can I talk to Aunt Nilda? Sure, hold on. I read the same word-for-word script. You know what she said? Oh, tomorrow's perfect. We're totally available, sweetie. Come on over. What did he say? Ready? He was there. They bought $800 worth of Cutco, 22 recommendations, and he said they were busy. Right? So always talk to the wife, even if the husband cooks. Okay? Thank you. Up next, Gabby.
Stress the fact that it's not a question of buying or selling. Many people will tell you, you can come over, but I'm not going to buy anything. Respond by saying, that's okay, I get paid anyway, and I need as many appointments as possible.
Yeah, don't get discouraged if people say, oh, honey, we already have it. By the way, when they say I already have the whole set, they usually have about either at best this one, or they have a small starter set that they think is the whole set. Okay, and when we go over, we can upgrade. So don't get discouraged. In fact, half of my first weekend, I sold 3,000 my first weekend. That was average. Half of my customers already have the product. Okay, thank you. You're up.
Always give a choice of 2 times. Correct. What time is better for you? Blank or blank. Or what day is better? Blank or blank.
What's the incorrect way?
Can you see my presentation, or do you want to see my presentation?
When you ask an open-ended question that causes a Mac mom to have to think, you stress her out, and then she says, I'm too busy. Right, think about this. If I say, Miss Faith, are you busy this weekend? Can you see me? They'll go, I have to think. Let's see, soccer practice. Oh, my gosh, and there's a church dinner. And they get, oh, honey, we're busy. Call us next week. Versus offering them options. If I ask you what's your favorite movie, it's hard to think. I'm not sure. If I say, which movie do you like better, this one or this one, why is that easier? You just have to pick one, right? So the same exact thing. Don't ask customers if they'll see you. Don't ask customers if they're available. Ask customers which time works better, this or this. Got it? Thumbs up if you understand that. It's really important. Okay. Thanks, Riley. Aranza.
Set up a specific time. Tentative appointments generally fall through.
Right. Tentative time is when Miss Riley says, oh, honey, you know what? Just schedule. Just come over. Does that aunt mean well when she says that? Yeah. She's like, oh, yeah, come on over. But she doesn't understand that it's not a set time. And I promise you, if it's not a set time, they're more likely to reschedule. Let's say I'm the mom, it's 11 o'clock, and I told Riley she can come over anytime after church. Let's say the husband comes home and the kids are going crazy. And the husband goes, honey, let's forget dinner. Let's just go get pizza. The kids are going crazy. I promise you the mom is not going to go like this. No, we can't get pizza because I told Riley she could come over anytime after church. So guys, come to the couch. Let's wait for Riley. Are they going to do that? No, they're going to text Riley or call Riley and say, honey, can you call us next week? And you lost the appointment. You lost the promotion. Okay, so no tentative times. Thank you. Ramon, you're up.
Schedule appointments 2 hours apart. At first, it takes longer because you're new and you know them well.
Okay, you guys already know that. Okay, go ahead. Mark Jackson. Or Mark Anthony, rather.
Not everyone will answer their phone. Use the 4-1 rule. For every 4 phone calls, 1 person will pick up. If you want to schedule 5 appointments, make 20 calls. 10 appointments, 40 calls.
Yeah, so for example, you guys want to set up 5 appointments at least before you leave. How many calls do you probably have to make? Yeah, because some people won't pick up. Some people won't see their phone. Some people are in dinner. So, ready? That's why I had you come in with how many phone numbers to even come up. When you showed up, how many numbers did you want you to have? 30, ideally. Some of you came with a little less. So, remember, making 5 appointments takes about 20 calls. Okay? So, really important. I had a rep last week that said, oh, I only have 3 appointments. I've made so many calls. How many calls have you made? 7. Right? By the way, they're killing, aren't they? They're 2 to 1. Average is 4 to 1. Got it? Okay, good. Thank you, Mark Anthony. We'll go to Anthony in the back, and then we'll go to Riangelo.
Don't leave a message. Just try again later if they don't answer. Text if they don't answer. Hi, it's...
Yeah, and you can just text that. You can copy that word for word. Why? Because, first of all, no one checks their voicemail anymore. Right? Some people do, but most customers don't have time to do that. Plus, if you text them that it says I have a question, what are they more likely to do? Respond. Why? Yeah, they're curious. They want to know why. PJ, what's the question? They'll call you back. Got it? So you can just text if they don't reply. Don't leave a message. We'll go to Renato and then Riangelo, then Renato.
Do I start Cutco owners? Right?
Uh-huh.
Cutco owners are the best prospects. Always schedule appointments with Cutco owners.
Yeah, you know that already. Okay, Renato.
Only ways. Customers are come at different times. The day at night. Split up your phone throughout the day to reach more customers.
Okay, so you're gonna call here from the office. Your goal is to get between 5 and 10 before you get out of here tonight. Then tomorrow, I'm gonna give you a chance from home and in the morning. You'll probably get another 5 to 10. Okay, and then tomorrow from the office. This is tomorrow. You'll get another 5 to 10, and that'll get you your 15 to 30 to hit your goal. Very straightforward. Pretty simple. Thank you. Aaliyah, you're up. Next one.
Eliminate distraction. Make sure you're in a quiet place.
Okay. When I say go and teach you how to make phone calls, I'm gonna put the music on, but at a really low, kind of like white noise level. That way it's more comfortable for you to make phone calls. I want everyone to make their phone calls here in the room so I can hear, and Josie and I can see if you're following the script appropriately. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, good. We'll go Leah, we'll go to John, you're up.
Voting equals working. Once your appointments are set, you're done working. Now it's time to have fun and do some demos.
Okay, and the last one there says don't call ahead. If you have an appointment, eyes up here, ready? If you already have an appointment, don't call to say I'm coming over, because if you catch the mom in a moment where the kids are going crazy, what's she gonna say to you?
Oh,
Can we just reschedule? But if you just show up, even if the kids are having a moment, doesn't the mom know how to get it together? Like if the kids are having a meltdown, let's say Gabby shows up. I told Gabby's, hi, Gabby, sit down. Gabby, say hi to Gabby. Say hi to Gabby. There you go. Right? They know how to rein the kids in, okay? So the last two we'll skip. Let's turn to page 24. Let me teach you how to make phone calls. And then all you have to do is set your first 5, 7, 10, 5 minimum, and you're out of here. Got it? At the top, I want you to write down real big. Friends and family only. Friends and family only. Okay. Why? Because you can only use this for people that are close to you. That make sense? Let me see. Okay. So at the top, I'll fill in the blanks. It says hi blank. What's the first blank? Whose name? Your name or their name? Yeah, so in the blank, I want you to write down, parentheses, customer name. Josie, can you reach out to Luke? I never clarified if he was going to be here to support. Okay, then okay. So customer name. Hi, Miss Gabby, whatever you call them. The next part is this is, what's the next one? Your name. Okay, so you just say your name there. And then what does it say in parentheses? Riley, what does it say next to it? Build
rapport / catch.
Yeah, so when you call them, you don't call them and go right into the appointment because that's rude, right? Hi, Miss Riley. Hi, it's Jeff. How are you? Good. What's going on? Have you been? It's real easy. Just catch up with the customer. Then you go into the business part, okay? Well, the reason I'm calling is I just started a great new job showing Cutco, circle showing. Why? Because when you say showing, how does that sound compared to selling?
They don't feel like they have to buy
Yeah, there's no pressure. Okay. And as part of my training, I'm required to put on some initial training appointments. So you share how the job works. You don't have to buy anything because I get paid just to show it. And I want to do, just give them your number. I want to do, let's see, Gabby, where's Gabby? Gabby, where's yours?
Towards the top.
Yeah. I want to do 20 appointments by Monday. And you always give, and where it says by, so you put a hashtag. I want to do blank appointments. Okay. By, and I want you to write down 3 days. 3 days. I want to do 20 appointments by Monday. I want to do 11 appointments by Tuesday. Always give a 3-day window to hit my goal. So I wanted to know if I could stop by on, you can put parentheses day. I wanted to know if I could stop by on, and you just say the day in your schedule. At time, or would time be better for you? So watch. Let's say this is my schedule. Say, Miss Gabby, so I wanted to do 20 appointments by Monday to hit my goal. So I wanted to know if I could stop by and see you tomorrow, Friday at 7, or would 9 o'clock be better for you? What am I doing? I'm offering them how many times? 2. Yeah, I'm not asking her if she's available. I'm asking her to pick one. Any questions? Really straightforward. Good. Last part. When she says yes, take a look where it says firm up. I'm going to point to it. I'm going to point to firm up for me. Got it? So it says firm up, point to it. Okay. Point to firm up. D'Angelo, point to firm up. Got it? Let me see it. Show me. Let me see it. This is important. I'm here. Perfect. Okay, ready? Here's why this is important. When you bake a cake, it's not a cake until you put the icing, right? There's cake, and then there's the icing to make the cake. This first part is the cake. They pick a time, but you have to put the icing. The icing is making sure you firm it up so it's professional and they're less likely to reschedule. Got it? So what happens when I say yes? Let's say Riley's my customer, and let's say she calls me and I say 7 o'clock. Okay, great, Miss Riley. Thanks a lot. This really helps me out. Do you have a pen? Now, that's a question. So what's the hot sauce?
Wait for an answer.
Wait for an answer. Okay. Could you put in your planner that I will be there on, you can write down day at time in parentheses. I'll be there on Friday at 7. And then can you write down my confirmation number? That's just in case my manager calls you. How does that sound now? Does it sound like I'm just coming over casually? Sounds professional. Okay, here's the confirmation number. We wrote it down earlier. It's 3899. Okay. Mrs. Jones, can you write down my confirmation number in case my manager calls? Okay, and then most of your friends and family don't have to get directions. Okay. Got it. Question? Yes, go ahead.
What would you say for like a virtual for friends?
Same thing, 3899. Yeah, I'll teach.
Well, no, for like the day. Or...
Oh, it's the same exact approach, just a different page. I'll show you in a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ready? 3899. Then, okay, this appointment is really important to me, and I'm counting on it to keep my schedule booked. Miss Riley, if something comes up and you have to reschedule, I won't get paid for this time slot. Sorry, are you guys sure this definitely works for you? What am I really emphasizing?
Not to cancel.
Yeah, don't cancel. Don't cancel. And the last thing, okay, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to our demo. Let me give you a little extra hot sauce. I had 2 things at the end. Okay, I put down 2 questions. Put down number 1, spouse. Number 2, penny. And I'll explain. So right at the end, right after you say thank you so much, I'm really looking forward to our demo. 2 more things, Ms. Riley. Is Mr. Mike going to be there? So why do you want the husband there? Yeah, to sell in case the mom's I have to talk to my husband kind of deal. Right, let's be honest. How many of you know in your first weekend, your first 10, 15 customers, you know the mom doesn't need to talk to the husband to swipe or buy anything? Raise your hand if you know that. Okay, then you don't need the husband there. But if you don't know, it's better to have the husband just in case. You guys see that? Because if you don't know, some customers always have to talk about things together. It's better to do husband and wife together. Okay? And then the last thing, Miss Riley, real quick, this is going to sound kind of funny, but do you have a penny? What? Like a pen, like the coin. Yeah, can you put it in your refrigerator as a reminder? And when I come over, I'm going to use that for the presentation. Cool? And they always go, what's that for? It's like, oh, it's a surprise. What does that do? Keeps what? Keeps suspense and curiosity. Got it? So let me give you an idea. Let's practice this. Riley, you'll call me. I'll be, who's number 1 customer? Miss?
My mom.
Oh, mom. Okay. Ready? If you're calling your mom, you can either just read the approach or you say, hey, mom, I need to read this, but just get the appointment. Okay.
You say, hey, bear with me.
Yeah, bear with me. I'm in training. Okay. So I'll pick up. And what's mom like? High pitch, low pitch voice? Regular.
Middle.
Yeah, she laid back. High.
Yeah, she just
laid back.
She
Okay.
doesn't really care.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Chilling mom. Okay, ready? So I'll be mom. Hello.
Hi, Mom. It's Riley.
Hi, honey. How's it going? Did you eat?
That's literally what you would be
Yeah,
saying.
did you eat?
Are you home yet?
Yeah.
Are you driving?
Did you eat those Ritz crackers
Why
I
are you
gave
on the
you?
phone with me while you're calling?
I know.
Are you driving? Okay.
Good. So what's going on?
Well, the reason I'm calling is I just started a great new job showing Cutco.
Okay.
And as part of my training, I'm required to put on some initial training appointments.
Okay.
So you don't have to buy anything, but I get paid just to show it.
Okay.
So I need to do 15 appointments by Monday to hit my goal. So I wanted to know if I could stop by tomorrow night, which is Friday, at 7:30. Would that be okay, or would 9:30 be better for you?
Okay, ready? Stop. Good. We're gonna do it 2 more times. Watch the power of when you practice. Same sentence 2 times. Second time with more confidence.
The whole thing, or?
No, just that sentence you messed up.
I wanted to do, wait, no. Okay, so I wanted to know if I could stop by on Friday at 7:30, or if 9:30 would be better for you.
Beautiful. Notice what happens when you practice. Practice makes perfect. The first time she stumbled around. That's why we're gonna practice this. Okay. Now notice, ready? The easier thing to do. She went like this.
I feel like I should just open the book.
That's why it's next to it.
A lot more logical.
There you go. One more time with confidence. Same sentence. So I wanted to know.
I wanted to know if I could stop by on Friday at 7:30, or if 9:30 would be better for you.
Beautiful. Notice how many times? 2. Honey, let's do 7:30 tomorrow. And then ready? You put the icing on the cake. Go ahead. Great, mom.
Great, Mom. Thanks a lot. It really helps me out a lot. Do you have a pen?
Sure,
Could you-
honey. I have it right here. Go
Well,
ahead.
I'll ask her to put it in her phone because she doesn't have a planner.
Okay.
But can you put it in your phone that I'll be there at 7:30 tomorrow, Friday? The confirmation number is 3899, just in case my manager calls.
Okay. I'll just give him the number.
Yeah.
Is he a nice guy?
Yeah.
Cool guy?
And then I'll ask her.
Is he a cool guy?
Yes.
How
he's a
cool?
guy. He's pretty cool.
That's the right answer. That's the right answer, honey.
And then I'll ask her if her boyfriend will be there. I'll be
That's
like, "Is David gonna be
Okay.
there?" And then I'll tell her to put a penny in the
This appointment.
This appointment is really important to me, and I'm counting on it to keep my schedule booked. If something comes up and you have to reschedule, I won't get paid for this time slot. Are you sure it definitely works?
Oh yeah, honey. You know we're going to be here all night tomorrow.
Thank you, Mom. I'm really looking forward to our demo.
Okay. And Will?
Will David be there?
Oh, he's right here. He says, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow."
Okay, and can you put it? This is gonna be weird, but can you put a penny in the freezer? Because I'm gonna be using it tomorrow.
A penny?
Demo. Yes, a penny.
Okay. What's it for? I want to know.
You're gonna find out tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Okay, honey. Got it. Okay. By the way, nice job first time. Round of applause. Nice job. Okay. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to practice this part a couple of times. So everyone's gonna have a role play partner. So it'll be the two of you, Riley and Aranza, two of you, Renato and Aaliyah, two of you. You're gonna turn around over there and do a little trio in the back. Okay. Now, if habla español, I have a Spanish manual, but it's really parochial Spanish. So it's better to do Spanglish or just translate yourself, right? Because the Spanish manual is like, "Hello, how are you today? How is it?" You know, it's like it's like weird proper, but I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you later. Okay. So when I say go, I'm going to hit the music, and I'm going to turn the music up a little bit louder on purpose. So you have to what? You have to speak up and project. Got it? So what I want you to do, when I say go, I'll hit the music. This is partly also so you can stand up. I want you to practice setting up an appointment one time each. Then I'm going to stop you, and then we're going to teach you what happens when the customer has a question, and then we're done. All you have to do is set up your first 5, and you're out of here. And if you want to set more, well, we're going to be here till 8:30. Okay? Quick question.
Do you want them exactly on Friday, or can some of them be on
Until Monday, right? Or until Sunday?
all those days?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Book it. Yeah. Okay. But remember, your best 5, your best 2. You got it. Okay. Ready? So everyone stand up. Okay, I know you guys didn't finish, but we're gonna keep going. Look at the bottom. There's 4 very common questions that come up. Right, think about this. If you say, "Oh, but you don't have to get anything," what might they want to naturally ask?
What is it?
Like, what is it? Like, what are you selling? What's the product, right? So let's say, Gabby, I'll put you on the spot. Well, honey, what is it? What is Cutco? Or they say, what are you selling? Just read it.
Cutco is a line of high-quality kitchen cutlery and a few outdoor items. I'm sure you already have tons of knives, but I get paid just to show it to you. So would blank or blank be better for you?
And what do you say in those blanks? Yeah, always give 2 times. Got it? And then whenever I say yes, that's the cake. What do you have to put on top of the cake? Where's the icing? Up top, so finish it off. Honey, okay, well then let's do 9 o'clock. You go back up to fur, Mom. What do you say? Thanks, Mom. Or great, Mom.
Great, Mom. Thanks a lot. This really helps me out. Do you have a pen?
Sure, honey, I got one right now.
Okay, could you put it in your planner? That'll be there Friday at 9 p.m.
Okay, got it.
And could you also write down the confirmation number?
What's that for?
It's just in case my manager calls.
So I just give it to him? Like I give him
Yeah.
the number? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
What's the number, sweetie?
3899.
Okay, I got it. What else?
And then also this appointment is really important to me, and I'm counting on it to keep my schedule booked. So if something comes up and you have to reschedule, I won't get paid for this time slot.
Wow, okay.
So are you sure this time definitely works?
Since you say it that way, yeah, for sure. We'll make sure.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to our demo.
Okay.
And then 2 more questions. Will your spouse be there?
Yeah, now ready? If that's how you refer to them, you can say that. If you know the spouse, you don't say, like if it's your uncle, you don't say, "Will your husband be there?" You'll say, "Well, Uncle Mike." Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Okay, and then do you also have a penny?
Like a coin?
Yes.
What's that for?
I'll show you when I get there.
What do I do with it?
Could you just put in your fridge as a reminder?
Oh, that's silly. So you're going to use this?
Yes.
Oh, gosh, I can't wait to see it. Got it? Okay, sounds good. By the way, Gabby, outstanding. We clap loud. Nice job. Okay. Let's do the other one. I already own Cutco. Ready? Mark Anthony, honey, is this, they always go like this. Is this Cutco? Now remember, a little hot sauce tip. Make sure you say Cutco, because if they don't hear you, they say, "Are you working for Costco?" Or the other one, "Petco, we love pets." I'm working for Cutco. Honey, we already own Cutco. We know this.
That's great. How do you like it?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. We've had it for 10 years.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I'm doing it for the training, and I'd love to get your opinion and maybe some pointers.
Okay.
Plus, I get paid anyway.
Oh, that's good.
So would 7 or 9 be better for you?
Let's do 7 o'clock, sweetie. And then ready, you got to put the icing. What do you say?
Great. I don't know. Oh, my mom. They're great, Mom. Thanks a lot. This really helps me out.
Okay, stop. You go all the way through. Spouse, penny. Got it? Let's do snaps for Mark Anthony. Okay, you want claps? Okay, claps for Mark Anthony. I'm sorry. You get what you want here. Okay, ready? We'll do Ethan. Ready? Oh, honey, we're so busy. Can you call us next week? When they say to you, "Call me next week," it means you offered a time right in the middle of something they had planned. Doesn't mean no. It just means wrong timing. So you offer a different time. Ethan, sweetie, we're so busy. Or can you call us next week?
Well, that's no problem. I'm really busy too, but I really need to do 22 appointments by Sunday, and I can make sure to keep it short. Is that a bad day or just a bad time?
Oh, actually, Friday is just out for us because we have soccer awards night for the kids, and then we're going to dinner.
Oh, so then can you do Saturday at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m.?
Good. Ready? The 4 blanks. It's day, time, date, time. So you can fill that in right now. Date, time, those last 4 blanks. So Ethan will do that sentence again. So how about, is that a bad day or just a bad time?
Is that a bad day or just a bad time?
Oh, honey, Friday is so short for us. We have the soccer practice and the awards.
Oh, so how about Saturday at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m.?
Read it again. Read the word for it. So how about?
Saturday at 9 a.m. or would Saturday at 9 a.m. be better? Or 11 a.m. be better?
Perfect. We'll do 11 o'clock. And then ready? Put the icing up. What's the icing? Great. Okay, you got it? Okay, ready? You want snaps or claps? Ready? Snap, claps. Ready? Got it. So you get both. Okay. Last one. We'll go to John. Honey, how long does it take? We're super busy.
Not too long at all. My part is about...
Ready? 45 minutes.
45 minutes. After that, it's up to you. So this time will be best for you.
And then ready? Date, time. Do it again.
Okay. So from the beginning?
Not too long.
Not too long at all. My part is about 45 minutes. After that, it's up to you. So which time would be best for you? Friday at 7 p.m. or Saturday at 7?
Perfect. Saturday at 7, sweetie. Your uncle and I will be there.
Okay.
And then you go, what do you do from there? You're gonna put the icing. Got it? Okay, let's do claps. Claps. Nice job. Got it? So you guys feel? Can you read? Can you guys read?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you do here. I think so. So here's the end of training. Okay. When I say go, you guys can spread out anywhere in the room, but you have to be in the room so Josie and Luke's coming in and I can hear you and make sure you're doing okay. As soon as you get an appointment, I want you to raise your hand. Okay. When you raise your hand, you're gonna get used to the phone jam. I'm gonna ring the bell, and as soon as you get an appointment, I'm gonna put a slash next to your name. Cool. And I'm gonna ask you, hey, what day, or what time? So let's practice. So Gabby, raise your hand. Gabby, what day and what time?
Saturday, 11 a.m.
Saturday, 11 a.m. Good. Now I want you to say it out loud so I can tell you if maybe you put the wrong time by accident. Okay? Once you get your first 5, you can peace out and go home, work on your assignments, and get more appointments. If you want to stay, we're going to be here for an extra hour. Okay? If you want to go and book 7 or 10, a lot of our top reps will just get half their appointments booked and then the rest tonight and tomorrow. Got it? Okay. Nice work, everyone. So I'm going to put the music up a little bit. You guys can grab a seat. Okay, if you have any questions, raise your hand. David's going to hand out Spanish manual. Anyone habla español? You want to grab a seat? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you speak Spanish. Habla español. Would you use it?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Shh. What's the question? What's the talking about? What's your question back there? Naimira, what's your question? You're the commenter back there. What's the, you have a question? Okay, ready? I just want to help you. Ready? Go ahead, pull out your phones. If you have a virtual appointment, it is page 18. It's the same script. Instead of I'm coming over, it's can you be at your computer by? Everyone got it? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead, find the number of your number 1 customer. Don't hit send yet. I'll tell you, when I say go, you hit send. Ready? So go to either on your address book or dial the number, whatever, of your number 1 customer. When I say go, ready? Show me. Show me you're ready to call. Ready? Yeah, nice. Ready? 3. Let me see. Let me see. Show me up. Grandma. Nice. It's probably on your favorites. Ready? Show me. Show me, Jackson. Ready? Just read the script. Got it? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Dial. Go.
guys get so excited.
You get Kenny.
I know your name.
Some of these people aren't going to answer because they're
Saturday and night.
My part's 45 minutes.
Leah?
Okay.
Saturday night. Top 5 customer?
Yeah.
Nice, babe.
Okay.